Surprise patch notes dropped today, April 16th, that may change some of your go-to loadouts within Warzone for Rebirth and Big Map. We also have some pretty massive updates for ranked multiplayer that we'll cover in the end. Timestamps added if you want to jump around. Starting out with Warzone, we got a couple of lethal changes where now you can throw a C4 and detonate it in the air. Previously you had to wait for it to land, but gonna make pushing buildings and roofs a bit easier since the C4 will work like it did back in OG Warzone. Frag grenades also got a slight nerf with one of their explosive damage radiuses, radii, being decreased. Now moving over to the weapon balancing changes, the MTZ-556 saw a buff to its bullet velocity, so shots will connect sooner and you won't need to lead your shots as much at the longer ranges. The Holger 556 also saw a buff with its recoil and gun kick deviation being decreased, meaning that the recoil pattern will be more predictable, thus easier to control and use. This one's a little weird as the M16 from MW3 saw massive buffs where its horizontal and vertical recoil was decreased by 20%, the gun kick was also decreased by 20%, and then the visual recoil, so the movement while looking through the optic while firing, was decreased by 18%. I don't think they would make the M16 from the last game a meta contender, but those changes make me want to try it out and just see how it goes. Now for SMGs, the RAM 9 saw another wave of slight nerfs where the accuracy when hip firing got hit, and then the ADS speed was slowed down by 20 milliseconds, so again, you won't really notice it. The Striker got buffs to its ADS speed and bullet velocity, as well as the WSP Swarm saw buffs to its flinch resistance. Are these major changes? Not really. I would still take the HRM9 or the Striker 9 as my secondary, and for long range, I was hoping for another RAM 7 nerf, because it still is really good, but the Holger 556 now or the SVA are solid options. Lastly, we got to talk about the recently added Moors that had a noticeable change where previously the shot you fired was off center for where your optic was lined up, so you had an excuse for whiffing your shot. But not anymore, as that was fixed in today's update along with these attachment changes. But there's no mention of how this weapon can basically shoot through 80% of walls and floors, so maybe another week or two we get that update. Now moving over to ranked multiplayer real quick. Call of Duty is testing out weapons that were previously restricted for the week. So starting today through April 23rd, so next Tuesday, you'll be able to use the PP50, the Holger 556, and the MTZ 556 ARs, as well as the HRM and the RAM 9 within ranked. Give you a little bit of a switch up on that ranked grind. Oh, and also all the weapon changes mentioned for Warzone were also made in multiplayer. So just an FYI if you start seeing M16s being used. But yeah, that's about it for the video. If you learned something new, let me know by hitting that like button. If there's something you like, dislike, or maybe something that I missed, let me know down in the comment section with your current go-to Rebirth Island loadout, as I'm looking for new ones to try out. I got you covered with news, updates, loadouts, and more for Call of Duty with Warzone and MW3. So be sure to subscribe to the channel to stay in the know for the next time you boot up. Appreciate you hanging with me, but above all, stay safe out there, and I'll catch you in the next one.